concern ahead of this big Chinese meeting of the Chinese leader with the American leader at Blair House tonight. They're going to have din-din ahead of what will be a big state affair tomorrow outside the White House. Jared Levy on that, Ryan Tate on that, and whether China can be trusted, because, you know, Ryan, you and I were speaking briefly during the break. Say what you will of where our relations stand. You have the Chinese leader saying, yeah, we've had a bit of a disruption. We've got this under control. I'm paraphrasing here. And I'm thinking to myself, their market, their economy is falling out of bed. What are you talking about?
Well, the emperor has no clothes on. When you look at what's going on,
he had a very nice Armani suit.
That's right. My riders are great.
Yeah, okay.
They devalue their currency. They make up numbers. They predict before the numbers come out, and then they show up on American soil and bring a whole lot of money and make large purchases so that we don't pay attention to what's really happening. And sadly, the truth is something they can't outrun. The beautiful part, though, is it proves, Neil, how important America is and that we're still the big player in the global economy.
Well,
they need us.
They do need us. And Jared, you wouldn't know it given, you know, the fact that we seem to be kowtowing to the leader when he's here. I understand it's a big market. I understand it's important. And believe me, I don't like to go inspire trade wars here. But all these high-tech CEOs who were, you know, brown-nosing with the Chinese leader, when in fact their country has been the one, you know, cyber-bullying them. And they allow it and let it and condone it and keep sucking up to them. That's what's offensive.
Yeah, we're actually in a really good position right now in terms of negotiation. You know, I mean, we have a weird relationship with China. It's like an economic codependence. Call them frenemies, call them whatever you want. But China's in a tough spot right now. By the way, in August, they sold $94 billion worth of foreign exchange holdings to raise money. It wasn't about starting a currency war. This tells me they are in deep, deep trouble. They've got $3.6 trillion of foreign exchange reserves. You know, all different countries. And they're going to be selling a lot of that. And I guess the bottom line is, right now at this meeting tonight, the president should take that into consideration, know that their back's against the wall, and use this opportunity, to stop cybercrime, to stop the intellectual property thievery, you know, a myriad of things. But China needs us. They need us really bad, and other countries as well. And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
All right. Well, we know from Xi Jinping here that he and the president have established a relationship. But the fact of the matter is, it's a relationship that isn't equal. And I'm wondering, how would you, if you had a meeting with him, you were President Obama, how would you deal with it?
Well, first of all, it's hard, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would fall in line with some of what Donald Trump has been saying. These guys have been taking advantage of us for a long time. And when you look at even the way they did devalue the currency, Neil, our guest is right. He wasn't coming at this, and their country hasn't come at this from the standpoint of they want to take us out or be highly competitive. They're hiding something. The changes in the 2% devaluation, that's not to go out and then help exports, imports, stabilize.
But you also mentioned that, you know, we're onto them now.
Sure.
So what do we do with the fact that we're onto them, that they've made up some numbers, that they can't force this market to change, that they can't forcibly get people to buy stocks? It's just not happening.
That's right. Well, you got to be careful, too, because when you have someone against the ropes, especially when we're talking about the global economy, you think we're America, let's get after it, let's dominate, let's go back, let's win, let's take back everything we've lost. And you don't want to do that because we do need them. They need us a whole lot, but we need them as well, Neil.
So you don't want to upset the cart too much?
Not too much.
Jared, do you agree that? I mean, we know there'll be a big state affair tomorrow. We know 21-gun salute, all of that. And we know we're going to go to town. Should we?
But it's one of those things, right, Neil? Like, I'm sure Obama's going to set out, like, he's like, we talked about this, we set this guideline, we're going to go after cybercrime. But how the heck do you do that? You're talking, you know, millions and millions and millions of people that are used to living and acting a certain way, conducting a business a certain way. You know, how do you change that? You'd have to enact wide sweeping reform and regulation that would further kill the economy. So the reality is, yeah, we'll say that we're going to go after it, but to actually see it happen, I think is a far cry. I don't think we're going to see much change. But again, now's the time to put the heat on. And yeah, we both need each other. But you know what? If you're going to work with us, if you want us to help you, do us a little bit of a favor. At least make a showing. Do something.
Make a
Show
show.
us.
Even
that
fake
you've
it. Fake it if you have to. Guys, I want to thank you both very much. As these fine gentlemen talk, you're still perusing the various wires and newspapers and their websites, how they're framing what the Pope said today.